Obviously, I'm out here in the shine shed. This your boy String Bean. And as my dad would say, nothing gets by you, does it, detective? When something was obvious. Anywho, this is part 2 of Plug and Play. Studio on a budget. Getting quality video and audio integrated, intros, outros, voiceovers, without breaking the bank. Now, having said that, what works for me might not work for you. You're going to have to work through the XLR cables, the 1/4 inch cables, the 3.5 millimeter cables. You're going to have obviously some equipment. You're just not going to snap your fingers and ta-da. You're going to have to work through it, tweak it to suit you. Stick around and stay with me, and let's get the party started. Glad you're here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I had a message hidden in the video yesterday. One person caught that message. So it's now become a contest. So in this video somewhere, there's going to be a hidden message. Without giving it away, if you can hint in the comments below or send me a private message, however you want to do it, tell me what the message said yesterday and what the message, it's going to be in this one, what the message says today. And there's probably a part 3 or 4 to this video because I want to go in depth. You're going to have to work through all this and tweak it to suit you, but this is how I do it. Stay with me just a minute. Let's get this party started. Get you a quick shot of the Harbinger 8 channel. As you can see, and nothing's in it. Nothing's plugged up. Bear with me just a moment, children. I think I kind of said it backwards yesterday. If I have to unplug, change cables, move this around, if it takes me 45 minutes to set up a piece of equipment to practice, I'm less likely going to do it as often. That's why it's plug and play for me. As you can obviously see, nothing's plugged in. I showed you the Harbinger, the electric guitar, the drums, and of course, the Gibson workhorse. I'll get the cable situated and get everything set up for pre-mix. I want to get a good pre-mix before I go into either my laptop or my phone to record. That's the toughest part of this whole project. Once I get everything plugged in, all the cables ran, all the cables tucked out of the way, I leave them. I just leave them. There they are. I keep that piano covered. If I come out here and uncover that piano, hit the power button, and I'm able to sit down and play or practice playing, I'm more likely to come out here and practice more often because it's simplified. But you don't want it so simplified to use an open camera mic and you get the neighbor's dog barking, or right now you could probably hear my heat pump running through the vent. But that is the ticket for me. Stay with me just a moment. Let me get everything situated for plug and play. This is what my neighbors hear without sending it into my phone. I can hear it through the headphones because I've got them hooked up, and I'll show you what I've got before we go into a sound check. I have the P58 Shure. Have my drums running in, 1/4 inch cable. I have my headphones for a monitor for myself, and I have the iRig. It's not even plugged into the phone yet. So that's it right now. Bear with me just a minute. I'm going to show you what it sounds like. Ran through the iRig 2. And I think you just heard my heat pump kick in. Yeah. Now, I'm monitoring the lapel mic. I still have the drums hooked up. Remember, it's plug and play. Don't want to give it too much kick, too much bump. That eliminates a lot of the issues that you have. Plug and play, that is the key to the whole of the matter. All I have to do is turn down the level, turn it all down, right here where I'm setting, and I can plug and play. It's that simple. On to the next project. We're going to leave this plugged up. I'll show you what I have right now as far as clipping, the monitor, the premix from my acoustic J45. We're going to plug it in along with everything else without unplugging. Plug and play on a budget. Stay with me just a minute. What we have so far into the Harbinger is the drums, the lapel mic, and now the workhorse, the Gibson. Because of feedback, because I'm so close to the acoustic, I'm going to turn down the lapel mic and just run the acoustic. This is where we are currently. You're listening to me on a lapel mic. I have noise canceling headphones. My advice to you, if you are doing a Zoom recording or you're putting it into a DAW to put into a file, into Dropbox, whatever you decide to do with it, monitor not only with external studio speakers, but with noise canceling headphones. Don't use in-ears or earbuds. You want to get clean, crisp, quality sound without the studio. That's the whole point. Plug and play. This is the mobile side of it all. This is simply the iRig. For intros, outros, additions, playthroughs, voiceovers, busking, roadhouse, whatever. This is the ticket. If you can get an external music source, you want to play along, you want to do karaoke, want to do voiceovers, this is the route to take right here. This is it. We've got our acoustic Gibson plugged in as well. Remember, it's plug and play. We're going to leave everything plugged up. We've got our, of course, our lapel mic, what you're listening to now. We've got our drums, which I have turned down. I'll turn them up just a little bit. Finger taps. Then we now have the Shure. Everything's plug and play. Same goes for the piano and the electric guitar and the bass. plug it up, leave it plugged up. You can control everything right here. If you want to go live, use your phone. If you want to go live and use your laptop, everything is plug and play. This is the mobile side of it all. Stay with me just a moment. Let's talk about clipping just for a moment. Touch on it. Now, I'm no professional. I'm just telling you what works for me. What works for me is what I'm going to do. It's a cobweb of advice. You do what's best for you. But if you're recording cover songs, or you want to do fill-ins and you want to get it close to exact, and you're clipping, you only find out that you're clipping at the end of the way if you don't have a mixing board. I can see right now I'm not clipping. I can make it clip, but I don't want to. If you're clipping in your mobile device, you work 2 or 3 hours. At the end of the way, you found out that most of it's junk. You go into your laptop, you can eliminate clipping in your DAW, depending on what kind of workstation you have. But I'm going to talk about the mobile editor that's free that I use that integrates intros and outros, voiceovers, using everything that I have, which is near nothing. But we have now into the Behringer, the drums, the Shure mic, the Lavelle mic, the iRig, the J45, and the piano. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, it's my plea. It's that simple. Stay with me. Nevertheless, that concludes part 2 of Plug and Play Studio on a Budget. We still have everything plugged up. Everything's still good. You can probably hear my fan in the background. But it's obvious I'm not a piano player. But we've got part 3. Plug and Play Studio on a Budget. We've got to go from the 8-channel mixing board into the audio interface into my laptop. Now, what I decide to do with it from there is entirely left up to me. I can put it in my DAW, tighten it up, finalize it, and save it in Dropbox to use later, either in a live stream or studio recording. So, having said that, that's where we stand. Now, what I use for a mobile device in editing is InShot. A lot of people use Filmora and all these other apps, but InShot works good for me. Not to mention that it's free on my Android. But it has picture-in-picture, still frames, enhancements, audio and video. It allows me to save what you send or what I create, adding it to my videos as intros, outros, voiceovers. That's what it does. But video or audio monitoring, I use Audio Spectrum Monitor. It's very frustrating if you are creating a feel on a drum and you want to get it exactly perfect, or on a guitar or whatever, only to find out later on when you're finishing up that you've lost a lot of it because of clipping, due to clipping. Audio Spectrum Monitor will help you see where you stand in your range, if you're clipping or not. So that's what I use. Now, having said all that, I hope you saw the text message in the video there somewhere. It was kind of hidden, but not so hidden that you couldn't see it, but not so obviously easily found. It's in there. Look for it. Kind of give me a hint of what it said and what I meant. Either PM, DM, or in the comments below. But nevertheless, we've got a part 3. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate all that you do for me and my family, for hanging out with me in the Shine Shed. Plug and Play. Studio on a Budget. It's your boy String Bean. I'll catch you later. Much love and respect. Play on.